All right, y'all. Shalom, y'all. Bashim Al Shah, Rakatha, y'all Shamar Al Thun, Bashim Al Shah, y'all Shamar Al Thun, Bashim Al Shah. This precinct officer of 500 Matham out of Isupk, star out of 1 West on the 25th Street Hall, New York, under Commander General Yohana. We've been teaching this truth about the Bible since 1969, about how the Jews and the real Israelites of the Bible are black people, man. And how our oppressors or the devil the Bible speaks of, how we need to get from under this oppression that we've been facing since forever, since 400 plus years. You understand? And we're going to keep doing this work and rocking it out until we see the end of this, man. We're going to endure, and we pray brothers and sisters change, man. You know what I mean? This is a history class, you know what I mean, as you know. And we're going to go over a few things, man. A few things, you know what I mean, that's very, really important that our people know out there in the world today. Because as you know, we have like 10 different religions that we go by today that are not of God. They are not of God. And, you know, we just do it because we feel like we got some trinket or whatever from these oppressors that pass it down to us. It's never a goal. It's never a good thing to do. It's never a positive thing to go and cross the Lord. And the crazy part is the oppressor is such a devil. He's going to allow all these religions to come into the to America. You know what I mean? That's why it's called the Great Whore. America is called the Great Whore. You know what I mean? Because one of the reasons, right, is because all these religions are allowed to come in. Everything is allowed here in America. All these things are allowed to integrate America. All these things are allowed to penetrate America, the Great Whore. And this is one of the reasons, like, you know what I mean? When these many religions that's coming out in the woodworks and coming out and being the main popular thing, mainstream thing in the black community is the Christian church. And what we're going to be speaking on today is Islam. You know what I mean? Islam is, you know, come on. I can't say enough about Islam. Islam is, you know what I mean, one of the main reasons we destroyed, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had all mad brothers and coming out of there drug dealing, destroying the community because, you know what I mean, that's what they proliferate in your Islamic centers and all that. You think you're holier than now. You're so self-righteous. You think you know everything. You don't know a damn thing, really. Right. The Bible is the way to go. The Bible is the way we need to be, you know, walking in. You know what I mean? The Lord's words is how we should be walking every day. You know what I mean? We should be following the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible on our everyday living. But we choose to do otherwise. We choose to go ahead and go and follow an Arab, follow the same ones that oppress us in our neighborhoods every day. I know you don't think they oppressing us. Some of our people might not think they're oppressing us. Some people might think they just minding their business because they sit in their crown fried chickens every day, sit in their chicken spots every day and just mind their business. And what they doing is just sitting back collecting your money. Right. Probably have a sister in there working for them, you know what I mean, popping her probably behind nobody even knows. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do. You know what I mean? They're not innocent by any means. They're not innocent. Even if they didn't have any stores or whatever in our communities, right? And leeching off of us, right? They still have to pay for what they did in the past. And for damn sure, they did do heinous acts, heinous things to black people in the past, man. It's a lot. They did do wild things to us in the past. Right. One of the things, right? They built the slave ships. They had them, you know what I mean, built up so we can, you know what I mean, so that our oppressor can take us across the seas in these same ships. They provided the ships for us during the transatlantic slave trade. They're not innocent at all. Not even that. They had our women as sex slaves. Yeah, they did that. And we want to, and I see a whole bunch of, I'm in, you know, Philly. I see all these black women with, you know what I mean, Islam wardrobe on. Islam clothing, head covered, and everything. And check this out, I think, like, they don't even be dressing up. They don't even got the whole get down, right? The real Arabian woman, right? The real Ishmaelite woman will have everything covered. I seen it today when me and Officer Yediah riding around in Philly today. They have everything covered. But sisters, they'll just cover their head. They ain't about to do all that extra stuff. You know what I mean? They just cover their head up and walk around. They don't, they feel like it's too hot. Even you don't want to really fully follow what they talking about in Islam. You know what I mean? And it's real heinous. Like I said before, they had you as sex slaves in the past against their will. You know what I mean? And some sisters still today choose to get flown out to Saudi Arabia and do wild things over there, right? You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. It's crazy. Islam is terrible for the black community. We've seen that with Malcolm X, right? His own people lined him up. And that's not even the only example I can give for Malcolm X. He came from Mecca. He was talking all that black power. I'm gonna get to you, I think. He talked all that black power, rhetoric, right? And he went to Mecca, came back, and wanted to join hand in hand with our very oppressor. You know what I mean? With an oppressor that directly oppresses us, man. That can never happen. That cannot happen, and we prosper out of that. That can't happen, and we have a better situation afterwards. 2nd Ezra 6:9 says to never. You want to get that for me, Baba Kishore? You know what I mean? These things are good for your mental out there, man. The Lord's words, man. You gotta have these scriptures and these, these dark sayings stained in our head, man. We can't just be, thinking we can do whatever we want. We can't walk around and, whatever we feel right, whatever the flesh feels like is right for you to do. We can't just listen to your flesh. You gotta, we gotta have some spirituality, man. We gotta have the Lord's words, the Holy Spirit, man, in our people today, man. We can't just listen to them dark forces, man. If you got it, go ahead and read. Salaki. Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Salaki, that's the one I'm looking for. Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Because what Malcolm X did, we should never do. What Martin Luther King, who was at one time ordained as Black Christ in the Black community, we can never do what he did. Right. We can never do what he did. You know what I mean? If you got it, go ahead and read it.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
Never what?
Never trust thine enemy.
Sometimes.
Never trust thine enemy.
Here and there.
Never trust thine enemy.
When you feel like it's comfortable.
Never trust thine enemy.
It says to never trust thine enemy. Never trust your enemy. And if our oppressors that took us from the west coast of Africa and all that during the transatlantic slave trade is not our enemies, then who the hell else is? Right. He's our enemy. He's our born enemy. Right. You know what I mean? From birth, we've been enemies. We've been fighting since the damn womb. He's our enemy, man, and we can never trust him. We can never trust him. That's why Islam is all the way off. Islam is off. Plus, you got Edomites, in charge of the whole damn thing, Nation of Islam and all that. Go ahead, up and.
So like this, what I'm gonna say is so heavy because this show you the Malcolm X couldn't have been the answer because he's so simple-minded. Just because he's seeing a white man in or so-called oppressor, an oppressor in a Muslim garb, he thought that he was supposed to be hand in hand with him.
Right.
He thought they were kindred just because they kissed in the same rock. That shows you how simple-minded he was, and he wasn't a fit leader. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that shows you like Islam is basically Christianity.
Right.
Islam is Christianity. That's why Christianity, I can't wait till the Lord do away with that completely. Listen, Malcolm X did do that though. Malcolm X went over there from Mecca and he saw them oppressors. And he was like, well, I learned the way what I was doing before wasn't all the way right. I think I was just angry at the world. Right. I feel like we should just become the, you know, I mean, we all bleed the same color. We bleed the same blood, man. We do. That's all the way off, man. Plus, the Lord said for us to be, you know, let me get that real quick. Leviticus 20 and 26, if I could. Leviticus 20, 26. You know what I mean? The Lord doesn't want us to be with these oppressors, man. Right. The Lord does not want us to be involved with these oppressors in any way, with these heathens. You know what I mean? The Arabs, whoever you want to talk about, man. You got it? Go ahead.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me.
Ye shall be holy unto me. You could look this word up, holy, in your compact Bible dictionaries or your pictorial Bible dictionaries, man. The word holy means to be separate or to be set apart. And the Lord said we should be holy unto him, meaning separate from these other nations out here that everybody want us to join together with so damn badly. Look on BET, the BET Awards or whatever. They want us to be hand in hand joined with oppressors. Right. Hell, they got our women up there behaving like dogs up there, behaving like, you know what I mean, behaving as like the nature of the oppressor woman behaves. Right. What was that lady, that old timer, that Edomite woman? Marilyn Monroe, right? That's the name? Yeah. That's how you pronounce it, Marilyn Monroe. The Edomite woman is the original whore. Right. Let her have that. That's her position. Let her be that. Black woman, you wasn't made to be a whore. Black man, you ain't made to be a sodomite. You're not made to serve other gods, man. Go ahead. Oh, you want to say something? Go ahead.
I was going to say, just look at how white people are oppressed. They idolize evil people. Think about when they were that movie, Jeffrey Dahmer, and then you see how people were writing him like he was a celebrity. Right. Because he was famous because he was eating people and had his killing people. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then Marilyn Monroe, she was famous for what? She was an actor. She was sleeping with a whole bunch because she slept with the president while he was married. But I thought sisters hated that. Right. How homewreckers, whatever they call it. But then they made her, they idolized her. Right. That's Esau's culture. And as a people, we took that on. And now our sisters want to emulate it so bad, they wearing Marilyn Monroe in their shirts and a tank top with all their breasts on. They wear the same makeup Marilyn Monroe had. They got the same hairstyles as Marilyn Monroe. Like, we idolize our oppressor. And it's been our downfall since Martin Luther King said he figured he led us into a burning building. That's exactly what happened. Now we are on fire, and we don't even know that we are on fire. Absolutely.
What you're saying is so correct. Like, you know, we don't have a culture here. We don't have an identity in America. That's why we fall into all these other different ways and cultures of these other nations, man. We don't have a culture. So we want to take up whatever bad habits these other nations have. And they ain't even bad habits. That's just who they are. Right. Being whores. Our sisters ain't made to be whores. Deuteronomy 23 and 17. It says that there shall be no whore of the nation of the daughters of Zion, nor sodomite. Right. Paraphrasing. We not to be any of these things, man. We ain't to be any of these things, but we don't have a culture. So what do? We look up to, or you know what I mean, you Christians look up to your daddy, the oppressor, the devil, because you know what I mean. That's all you want to do. You want to follow your daddy, and because he give you a trinket, give you some money, give you a damn crumb, you want to go ahead and, you know what I mean, sell your behind out to him and sell your own people out at the same damn time. You know what I mean? Martin Luther King did say we was going to be, you know what I mean, he feel like he was leading us into a burning house. You know what I mean? He had a dream about this. We live in his dream right now. Right. It's hell. Go ahead.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
For I, the Lord, am holy. Go ahead.
And have severed you from other people.
And have severed you from other people. He severed us from these other nations, man. I'll take a knife or I'll take a sword and cut this part of my arm off it's detached from the rest of them.
Right.
Meaning he put a part between us. He separated us, man, from these other nations, man. He made a separation between us, meaning we're not alike. We're not like them, and they ain't like us.
Right.
This ain't that. You know what I'm saying? We not them. What we need to understand is their culture is not for us. Islam is not for us. Is a little more in that, or is not? All right, go ahead, finish it up.
And have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine. That
ye shall be mine. And that's the total opposite of what we doing today. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Baba Kishar, let me get that real fast. That's the total opposite of what we doing today. You know what I mean? What are we doing today? Y'all in the Islamic temples and all that, and you still sin. You follow every damn you feel like you walk around like you follow every damn thing they say up in there. Only thing you follow is not eating pork. That's the only thing you really pay attention to. Like, you know, you want to check everybody about that pork and all that, but smoking cigarettes, no. Smoking weed, no, that's a pass on that. Even in Ramadan, I'm gonna get up to that. I'm gonna get to that. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
And the Lord shall scatter thee from amongst all people, paraphrasing. Yeah, he's going to scatter us among all different people. You know what I mean? Like we are today. Go ahead.
From the one end of the earth, even unto the other.
Go ahead.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And there we're going to serve other gods. We came from the east. We came from, Israel, Jerusalem. That's where we came from, man. The 12 tribes of Israel. But the Lord said he's going to scatter us amongst all people, all nations of people, man. And that's how we are today. That's a prophecy we living in right now. We scattered here in America, South Central America, understand the Caribbean islands. You know what I mean? Some of us in the UK. We all over the damn place on the four corners of the earth, man, today. Go ahead. And it said we're going to serve other gods. What are these gods that the Most High is saying that we going to be serving? Like, what are these other gods? Let's get some more insight. Go ahead.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Which neither we knew or our fathers had never known. Let's get some more on this.
Even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone. Wood and stone. The wood, man, that's that Christianity, man. We serving a damn piece of wood carved out like Christ. You know what I mean? False imposter of Christ, you know what I mean? And then the stone, that's what everybody do when they go over there to Mecca, kissing that same portion of the stone, right. All about to catch something, kissing the same section of the stone. Can you believe that?
Right.
And they all in there they like crack fiends. It's like it's cracking that damn hole. They over there rushing into that damn hole in that stone, kissing the same part. And they trampled each other over. That's recent news, actually. Right. They was trampling each other over. They was, a lot of people got unalived over there for that. The Lord ain't playing with y'all, man. Some brothers want to go fly out over there to Mecca and go kill you, simple as you can be. What the hell a rock gonna do for you, man? Can a rock take you out of Egypt, right, from harsh enslavement from the Egyptians? Can a rock free you from our oppressors today?
Right.
Can they free you from that? Can a rock stop you from smoking weed?
Right.
Can a rock stop you from selling drugs to your own people? I don't think so. Go ahead.
Like I was gonna say, you bring out so heavy. I would ask, could the rock stop your children from killing each other? They can't even keep your kids off the street.
Right.
Your son's still out there doing the same thing you did before you found him with Islam. And you raised him up Islam. Mm-hmm. And what he doing? He dressed in his little hijab, still busting tracks, mm-hmm, with his little kufi on.
Right.
Your daughter, you raised her. She wearing the whole ninja outfit.
Right.
Still popping it like her mother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Islam has never saved our people. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That daughter of yours, she lifting the dress up, but she lifting her. That shit don't mean nothing to her.
Right.
That don't mean nothing to her. She over there doing the most. You feel me? Like, yeah, like, come on, man. Your son is out there doing like y'all seen that video, Commander Junior Honda, man. You know what I mean? You said, you know what I mean? Cause you're a black man, I ain't gonna sell you no drugs. Cause you're a black man like me, and talking to all brothers and kufis.
Right.
Kufis and all that, you know what I mean? Islam is detrimental to the black community because it raises black men like that. It raises black men to be like that. Drug addicts, drug dealers, brothers that love to tear down their community, will unalive each other. Don't give a damn who they hit on the street. Don't give a damn who it hit. It hit a kid. They don't give a damn. Brothers don't even look when they. Brothers like shooting like this. Brothers like doing this. Brothers crazy. Listen, Islam, we should do away with it.
Right.
We should absolutely do away with it. Because why? The Lord said so. The Lord said, "There shall be no other God but me. Thou shalt not serve another God other than me." Right. Paraphrasing. So what the hell are you doing? And you don't even know the Arabs got their whole damn religion basically off of us. That's the thing. Y'all don't even realize that. Right. Y'all don't realize that. The Arabs are Salaki for my simpleness right now, but they are sons basically. Right. Not for real, but like, you know what I mean? They got their whole thing off of us, off of what we did. And we don't have religion. We have what the Lord gave us. The Lord gave us these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. He gave us these laws, statutes, and commandments. He told us what to eat and what not to eat. Right. He told us when to fast and when not to fast. He gave us the Passover. He gave us all these things, man. He taught us how to have brotherhood. He taught us how to love each other. Islam doesn't teach you to love each other. Islam doesn't do that, because if Islam did teach you to do those things, if Islam taught you, if your false god Muhammad taught you brotherhood, y'all would be doing what we doing. Y'all would be feeding your people. Y'all would be out there helping your people. But instead, you're selling drugs to them very people. Instead, you're out there destroying them very people, man. Instead, you were being a damn nuisance and terrible brother to your community, man. And teaching your sons to do the same thing. I can't understand that. I can't understand that. But if you're a brother that get high all the time, I don't think you will care about anything for real. I think you'll have a hard time caring about anything for real. You know what I mean? You'll smoke weed around your son. You'll smoke weed around your daughters, your nieces, and all that, and don't care. You don't care that they smelling all that and catching like what's they call that? A second high, second person high or something. Secondhand smoke from all that, because you smoke weed in the same house, in the same room as them, and don't think nothing of it. So listen, I wouldn't be surprised if you did the things Muhammad said was okay. Right. Muhammad married a 9-year-old child, 7-year-old. I might be, 6-year-old child. 6-year-old child. I was being too nice, I guess. 6-year-old. A 6-year-old, and he was cool with it. He said that was righteous. Right. He said that's a righteous marriage right there. We ain't on TikTok, but still, I'm gonna keep it. He forced a 6-year-old baby and called that marriage. Intimacy with a 6-year-old. I mean, brother, if you want to be in Islam after that, examine yourself. Examine yourself. You think Islam is cool? What do you think is cool about it? What do you think is cool about it? You don't go, be honest with yourself. You don't go to the Islamic temples. Do you pray? Do you really wake up early in the morning and bow down on that rug? I don't know how many times, 9 times, bang your head down and all that. Do you do that every day? Do you really love what they talking? So what's the hype about? What's the hype? You don't follow any damn thing they say anyway.
Right.
You don't follow what your false God Muhammad said anyway. So what is the problem? You don't agree with dating with 6-year-olds, do you? So what are you in it for? What's the problem? What's the beef? I remember me and Antonio was out in Trenton, New Jersey. We was out in Trenton, New Jersey, man, and we going around this mall, and some nut job, nut job Islam, my Muslim brother, try to defend Muhammad lying down with a 6-year-old girl.
Right.
And he tried to flip it as many times he could. He tried to flip it, he tried to get out of it, squeeze out of there. It didn't happen. And them brothers, man, they got a harsh demon on them. They got a strong demon on them. And they don't even realize it. Like, they'll follow a false god, a false religion that teaches pedophilia, that teaches you to be a sinful bastard, a wicked person in your community. And they don't even care. They don't give a damn about the children. They don't care about anything. And check this out. Muhammad was Muhammad. Now, I don't know where he got that from. That's his own Ishmaelite Arab thing. Him marrying 6-year-olds and all that. That's him. I don't know where he get that from. But he did take some customs from us. What he took from us was things that, Islam is very known for today. He took our thing and he flipped it and made it somewhat of his own. One of the things, is there any more on that script? That was about it on that. That was it on that. Yeah. One of the things, he came across, like, you can go ahead and start reading out that book too. I'll just go off of that, what you're talking about.
This is From Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Windsor.
And this brother right here, Rudolph Windsor, this is a brother that studied. This is a brother that went to community colleges in Philadelphia, Jersey, and then he relocated to Philadelphia. He went to Temple University, you know what I'm saying? He went to all these he studied and found these things out. This brother did some research. He did real good research, and these are some of the things he found out. Go ahead.
The original Black Jews. Incidentally, by this time, the Hebrew Old Testament had been translated into Arabic.
Right. Go ahead.
And the Arabs were rapturously pleased to read about their great ancestors in the story of the Hebrew patriarchs. Yeah,
man. You know what them stinking heathens was hype about, was happy about, was pleased about, had exceeding joy about. You know what they was happy about, brother? Let's get Genesis 17 and let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Give me 17:20.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 17, verse 20. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee.
Ishmael is the biblical name for the Arabs. The biblical name for the Arabs. Like all these other nations, like the Bible is not a fairy tale book.
Right.
The Bible ain't some book that just, appeared out of nowhere and, it's just manufactured, man-made. No. You know what I'm saying? Ishmael is the name of the Arabs. So whenever you read Ishmael in the Bible, it's talking about them. It's talking about them, all right? Or the seed of Ishmael. Just like how, the biblical name for the Black and Hispanic Native American man is Israel. For Esau, Edom, that's the oppressors today. You know what I mean? That enslaved us. All these other heathens got a name. Chinese or the Moabites. Japanese or the Ammonites. You know what I mean? Ishmael, speaking about the Arabs. Go ahead, Doc.
Behold, I have blessed him and will make him fruitful.
Now, yeah, these Arabs, they read into these texts, right? They looked and read in this, and it was like, man, so we get blessed, and we get to be fruitful. Go ahead.
And will multiply him exceedingly.
Go ahead.
12 princes shall he beget.
12 princes shall he beget. Oh, we okay. They happy about this and they hype about that. Go ahead.
And I will make him a great nation.
Gonna make him a great nation. They read all these things and they was happy to hear that. You know what I mean? This is what they was pleased about. They was pleased they got all these this inheritance that they had got from the Lord. Go ahead. Oh, you want to say something? Go ahead.
It's like I was gonna say about this verse being so heavy because it literally describes the Arab nation today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen they offered. I ain't never heard of an athletic player being offered $1 billion until the Arabs started wanting to get into sports.
Mm-hmm.
That's how rich they is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You tell me the Bible said.
Yeah, you went for the juggler on that one. Shoot, they was what's his name, man? Isupk, Turkey Isupk.
Yeah.
He was gonna offer Terrence Crawford and Canelo for they fight $150 million. Right. I don't know. That's a lot of money. He was gonna offer if Canelo took the fight with David Benavidez, he was gonna offer $200 million for that because that's what Canelo was asking for. He was gonna give him $200 million. Give him what he asking for. Man, they got a lot of money. They're not worrying about nothing. They're not worrying about what they got. Oh man, this is the last of my money. They got all that oil and all that over there. They're not wanting for anything over there. They got the blessings. They got the 12 princes and all that. I think that was it on that. So go ahead and read on from where you was at in Babylon to Timbuktu. You know what though? Oh wait, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead. Keep going.
This fact alone helped Muhammad to inspire in the Arabs the feeling of nationalism and racial pride because they had read in the Hebrew scripture that Ishmael was to become a great nation.
Yup, and that's what we just read. Go ahead.
The Prophet Muhammad adopted many principles and laws from the Jewish religion. What
was I saying earlier? Muhammad, man, he took a lot of our stuff, man. He took a lot of our culture and made it his people's. But flipped it, made it weird, and gave it to his people. And what we left with after that, once we give up our God, once we give up our culture, we are nothing without the Most High.
Right.
We're nothing without the Most High. Black, Hispanic, Native American, man. You know what I mean? I know we gifted by the Most High and all that with our talents and everything we have. You know what I mean? But we truly are nothing without the Most High because, as we can see, we're in hell right now today. We're in Philadelphia today. We're in Trenton, New Jersey today, suffering in the ghettos, you know what I mean, in these urban cities today. You know what I mean? Selling poison to our own people today because we don't follow what the Most High said. We don't follow what the Most High told for us to do. And when we do that, he turns his back on us. He turns his back on us, and now we in the predicament we in now. You know what I mean? He gave our culture to his people. You know what I mean? It's a lot of heinous. It's a lot of things he did too. You know what I mean? We're gonna get into. Go ahead.
First of all, the basic idea of monotheism which is the belief in one God.
Mm-hmm.
The Jewish confession of the unity of God is Shema Israel, Adonai.
You don't gotta read that part out. Don't read that part. Yeah, like so the monotheism, man. Like that was our thing. These Arabs never worship just one God. That's the whole new thing with Islam today.
Right.
These Arabs, man, they worship the stars, the moon. They riding on their camels and all that in the nights in the deserts and all that, man. Spending their nights in the desert, camel jockeying, man. They are not monotheistic. They wasn't that at first. Hell, some of them do that same thing today. You know what I mean? What they did was worshiping the stars, the heavens, and all that, and the moon, looking at the moon, crescent moon, and all that stuff, man. That was their thing. They wasn't always worshiping Allah and all that. Monotheism was our thing. Monotheism is the worship of one God, and that's what we do. You know what I mean? Because that's our. You know what I mean? That's our. That's what we be saying anyway. That's what we always did in the scriptures. Like, there's only one God. You know what I mean? There's only one God. You know what I mean? That we worship. Go ahead.
The Mohammedan slogan is as follows: "There is no God But Allah and Muhammad is the prophet of Allah.
Now he stole that whole thing from us too. He stole our flow. He copied our whole flow. You know what I'm saying? He took our whole flow. You know what I mean? He got that from us, man. Shamai Yasharawa Alahayanawa Aka. You know what I mean? I might have butchered it a little bit. That's our saying. You know what I mean? That's what we say. That's what we've been doing. That's where he gets it from. He copied our whole style, our whole flow. Go ahead. You was gonna say something, Mark?
I was gonna say it's deep because when you think of these heathens, just looking at that saying, he inputted himself into the saying. I mean, he's selfish as hell. He has to be the main protagonist in this. When you look at our prophets, it was about the nation. His job was to serve the nation. Even thinking Christ, his job was to be king over the nation, to save us.
Yeah.
He doesn't say for the salvation of one person, it says for the salvation of all Israel. You know what I'm saying? This to show you the selfishness of these heathen religions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. These heathens, man. Yeah, he's self-righteous and all that too. You know, selfish as hell. Like, if you read the first thing I had underlined, we're gonna hold that where you got. But read the first thing I had underlined, right? Or a little bit above it. This maniac had we're gonna read it first. You could probably start at the beginning of that paragraph where it was an underline.
First page. Yeah,
right. The one I was like, nah, you don't gotta read it. Go ahead and read it.
This is
top of the paragraph.
Top of the paragraph.
Okay.
Muhammad spent many days in the hills outside of Mecca. He was immersed deeply in the deplorable conditions of his people, and he wanted to lead them away from moral turpitude and idolatry.
Right.
It seemed to him that the angel Gabriel appeared.
This maniac had a dream. He thought Gabriel came to him in a dream. And guess what? Go ahead, read.
Commissioning him to articulate a new religion to substitute for the old.
Now, this put in his head like, man, you know what? I'm a prophet of God now. I'm a prophet now. And I'm going to go ahead and, start this whole new religion and do away with the old. What's the old that it's talking about right there? It's talking about our culture that we had back then, that we raising up again in the UPK now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You know what I mean? This is what we was doing back then. But he wanted to do away with what we had. And he was on his mission. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Incidentally, Gabriel was the same angel who appeared in a vision to the Hebrew prophet Daniel.
Right. You know what I mean? And he thought he was something special. He thought an angel of the Most High came to him. You know what I mean? And he took it upon himself to go ahead and start a new religion. Go ahead to where you was at before.
Muhammad adopted also the main details of the Jewish calendar. The Day of Atonement.
That's one of our high holy days that we keep here in the UPK. You know what I mean? It's a day where we fast. We fast for a whole day. We're gonna get more detail about it a little later on in the class. Go ahead.
The Sabbath.
We do that every Saturday from 10 to 12. You understand? Some zones do it on earlier and all that, but every 10 to 12. Go ahead.
Much of the Bible and narratives from the Midrash, and many points of the ritual law.
Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
Incidentally, the Jews pray 3 times a day facing the city of Jerusalem.
And we pray 3 times a day facing the city of Jerusalem. You understand? And we about to find out where did Muhammad get a lot of his things from. We reading some about it right now. We're reading about some of them right now. And pay attention to what he's saying. Go ahead.
And the mausoleums. True believers pray 5 times a day facing the city of Mecca.
And check this out. They wasn't always facing Mecca.
Right.
They wasn't facing me. I wanted to bring this out later on, but I'm gonna speak on it a little bit now. They wasn't always facing Mecca. The hell? Like we told you, he got all his thing, everything that he got, and what made his nation cool and all that, whatever, to other nations and all that. Even got some of our people, the simple ones of our people, following his religion. He got it from us, and that's one of the things right there. Mecca, he wasn't facing Mecca the whole time. He got it from us. He faced the city of David. He was facing Jerusalem at first, but we're gonna get into it. Go ahead.
Trying his best, Muhammad sought to convert the Jews to his religion.
He tried his best to have us serve his God, his religion, to serve him like he's something special. When he's just flesh and blood. That's all he is. You know what I mean? He ain't nothing special about him. Go ahead.
But to no avail.
Because back then, you know, like we are now, we're not just gonna be worshiping other gods. We're not just gonna be worshiping other gods. We're not going if a school of Arabs come down the block right now, knock on his door, and my brother answers the door and says, "What the hell do you want?" And they be like, we want you to serve Allah. Or we got this crescent moon god right here, right? We want you to worship this. And we're gonna tell them, get the hell out of here. We're gonna tell them to turn the hell around, go up the block, man. Like we're gonna tell them to do that, kick rocks, because we're not gonna follow any other god, man. We're not about to follow no god. We're not about to cross the Lord. You know what I mean? The Lord created life and death. He's the one that controls life and death. We serve the one that controls life and death. We're not going to be, you know what I mean, crossing the Most High just for your simple nonsense. You know what I mean?
Right.
You'll get turned the hell around. You come over here with that nonsense, man. You know what I mean? But like, that's the same thing we did back then. We said no back then. Read that part again.
Trying his best, Muhammad sought to convert the Jews to his new religion, but to no avail.
Y'all understand that? To no avail. We wasn't taking that. Go ahead.
The Jews were adamant and resistant to change.
We was resistant to change, meaning we wasn't quick to just give in and bend for what these other heathens had for us, man. We knew what we had was way better than what they offered. Go ahead.
It's like I want to say it so heavy. This totally strives the opposite of what blacks and Hispanics are today.
Absolutely.
Like Esau, white man could literally put a whore and a literal street man that raps about whores and selling drugs and shooting people, and put them in front of you, and we will literally vote for that person.
Right.
We will literally follow after another nation who will go into a religion just because Javante Davis bowed his head 7 times on a carpet, you know what I'm saying, and start following those religions. This is when black men had spines. This is when we had cojones.
Yeah.
This is when black men actually stood up, you know what I'm saying, and sisters stood behind black men. You know what I'm saying? This is when our households were in order. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad to say we don't got that no more.
Excellent point, man. Excellent point you brought out. Yeah, that's what happened. We turned around and said no. Right. But what are we doing today? Like my brother just said, we giving in to everybody. Right. We Democratic now. Right. We Democrats. Oh nigga, no, I'm a Republican. Right. I'm an American. You know what I'm saying? Lil Jon took his shahada too. You know, y'all remember that, Lil Jon? I could not stand that. I was watching the video. I had to do a video about it. He took a shahada, like my brother said. Javante Davis took a shahada. Like, come on, brother. Like, and he's a fighter. He's supposed to be a damn warrior, right? Well, in his rights, right? You know what I mean? His own sport. But like, goddamn, you give in to another nation. You give in to a damn Arab, and you allow an Arab to put himself over you too. With both of them brothers, like Lil Jon, Javante Davis, Tank, and all that. You know what I mean? Like you allowed an Arab to be over you, like him giving you the shahada and all that, and ordaining you as an official Muslim and all that. You allow him to be over you in power, rank, or whatever like that in society. Like you just allow him to have the higher up on you. You know what I mean? And look at you as a little boy.
Right.
That could never be us in UPK.
That's right.
Never us. I pray, you know what I mean, none of these brothers out here, you know what I mean, give into that. No more brothers fall into that. But, you know what I mean, we'll see what happens. Because this is insane. He's supposed to be a damn undefeated fighter, this, that, and the other. And he go ahead and allow that heathen to give him some false sense of power. Lil Jon, he's a damn, he was known very well for his music 10 years ago, a decade ago, probably 2 decades ago, you know what I'm saying, when his music was popping, you know what I mean? But I wonder what's in these brothers that makes them go, man, let me go ahead and get with Islam, man. Let me get with Islam. I guess since we in the last days or whatever, and they feeling it, maybe, I don't know, this is just me thinking, like, it might be like, man, let me get down with something. Where is God at? They looking for God somewhere. And they think it's there. That's why the Lord need to wipe them the hell out.
Right.
Go ahead. You go read on what you heard.
The high esteem which the prophet held for the Jews was transformed to enmity.
He had respect for us. And he had a very high amount of respect for us, man. He looked at us like, like a special people. Deuteronomy 7:6. Deuteronomy 7:6, man, where the Lord said we will be a special people, man. But if we keep his commandments, we'll be looked at as a special people. I believe that's Deuteronomy 6:4. You can get that, Bob Kishore? Deuteronomy 6:4. Or 4:6, one of them. Spot. Yup, 4:6. Deuteronomy 4:6.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 6. Keep therefore and do them.
Do what? The commandments. Keeping the laws of the Most High God, man. Keeping the laws of the Most High God, doing what he say. If we keep and do them, go ahead.
For this is your wisdom.
For this is our wisdom. This is our wisdom. This is how we, walk around with some dignity and respect about each other, man. And this is how we walk around with, that air in your chest, and you feeling confident about yourself, man, as a nation. This is how we need to walk. Go ahead.
And your understanding in the sight of the nation. And
our understanding in the sights of the nations, meaning this is our wisdom. This is how we are looked upon as a wise people. A wise people. You get looked upon as a nation that's different from everybody else. The nations will look at us and be like, what the hell do they got going on over there, man? They cooking up fried chicken. They got all these damn entertainment events. They keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. They not getting sick and dying like us.
Right.
They not eating bats like us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They not catching coronavirus like us. They not doing these different things. I'm gonna get to you, brother. You know what I mean? They cooking with seasoning. Damn, they cooking with seasoning. They putting salt on their meats, on their steaks and their chicken and all that. Damn. You mean to tell me they not eating pelican over there?
Right.
They not, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, they not eating cow feces over there. You know what I mean? They not washing their face with cow urine and all that. No. Go ahead, I think.
I was gonna say it's deep as hell because when you look at black and Hispanics today, we the highest in STDs. We always made fun of like we the stupidest in the schools and stuff like that. You the total opposite of what the Lord had laid out for you.
Right.
Like a good father, he told you like a good coach, he gave you the play. All you gotta do is run the damn ball.
Right.
And you choose to go the opposite way, wondering why you keep running into a brick wall, which is the definition of insanity.
Absolutely.
And when you do something repetitively, knowing you're not getting anywhere.
Absolutely.
That's literally the diagnosis of blacks and Hispanics today.
That's right. You know what I mean? Being repetitive in your nonsense.
Right.
You know what I mean? Come on. That's insanity. And that's what's the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of, man. Right. He have us going day to day and being confident in our sin. being confident in our wickedness, man. Being confident in destroying our communities, man. Having all the pedophilia going on in our communities. In the Christian church, good night.
Right.
I mean, we ain't talking about Christian. This ain't the class, but I could spare some time for the Christians. You know what I'm saying? Like, and T.D. Jakes and all them just got exposed. And meanwhile, Eddie Long been in the news. Eddie Long been in the news before he passed and all that. All these crazy scandals they got going on in the Christian church. They love little boys up in there.
Right.
They love them a lot. They love them little boys up in there. They love them. They go ahead.
I say, and now it's more about the rap stuff now, the hip hop.
I was just about to go. Yeah, like they love little boys up in there. Diddy loves them little boys in the industry, man. Just getting signed.
Right.
He loved turning out them little girls coming in the industry. You feel me? And that's why, man, good night. I just seen a video last week. I was gonna do it, but Juice WRLD, when he was alive, he had some devil behind somebody. I don't know if it was a devil. I can't remember. I can't recall. Somebody behind him grabbing on his waist from behind him, right? Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? He had his shirt wasn't even covering all his stomach up. Good night. You feel me? This nigga grabbing him from behind like it's his woman or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? And then Juice WRLD says, oh, whoa. Check this out. He says, oh, that nigga, somebody wants some of Juice WRLD, man. He wants some of Juice WRLD. And then he said, this P word ain't free. That's what he said. He was like, this P word ain't free. Keeping it PG for the class. That's what he said. Good night, right? You would never thought, right? And check this out. Our young ones look up to him. When he was alive, you couldn't say nothing to them about Juice WRLD. You couldn't say anything to them about him, man. But these rappers are all, for the most part, are all sodomites. They all weak. They all fall weak for some money. Right. You know what I mean? That's what all the industry gonna get you. And the Christian church they the one on top. You know what I mean? They the one on top having all these things going on. And the oppressor commissions them. The oppressor gives them money and gives them power in our communities. And this is what happens. This is what goes down. And check this out: the Christian church and your Muslim mosque the Christian church and all that. Where were they at during the pandemic? Where were they at during coronavirus and all that stuff when it first jumped off, when it first popped off? Where were they at? They were locking the doors on you. They had, self-preservation, preservation of all the goods that they had stocked up, whatever have you. They was not looking out for the community at all. They was trying to save themselves. They was trying to save themselves and leave you high and dry. They was trying to leave you high and dry. They did not care about you. Goes to show you that's another reason why. Like I'm bringing all these things out. The Lord bringing all these reasons why you shouldn't be following all these religions out, and you choose to go ahead and follow anyway. So when something evil happens to you up in there, you got nothing to blame. You got no one to blame but yourself. You got no one to blame but yourself. You know what I mean? When one of your mentors or whatever in there, they sleep with your little daughter, with your baby daughter, you got no one to blame but yourself. When your reverend touches your boy, touches your son, your baby boy, you have no one to blame but yourself. You got no one to blame. You got to point all 5 fingers at yourself. You know what I mean? That was you, because you hearing these words, you hearing what we saying. You hear what the Lord telling you, man, to stop going. Plus the Lord said, don't follow no gods other than him. Don't put no other God before the Most High. And what you do, you choose to do exactly that. And this is why we destroy it. This is why the household is the way it is. Because we follow our black women going up in the Christian churches, some of them going in the Muslim mosques, and they think that's the way to go. And they have them thinking that they can run the household on their own. You know what I mean? Thinking they got everything under control. Just because she got a gat or something in the house. That don't mean nothing. Right. I mean, it helps, I guess, but it don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing. You need a black man in every black household. You know what I mean? Running the whole household. You know what I mean? Not a black man just in the household being a damn slave to his woman. Right. Nah. Hell no. That household is going to be destroyed. It's going to be destroyed. The kids going to be destroyed. They're going to watch. They're going to grow up seeing their father be weak to a woman, and guess what? The son is going to be like. He's going to grow up be like him. The son going to grow up being just like his father, being weak just like his father, because he sees like, oh, well, this is my father whom I look up to, whom I think is a superhero. Right. And he's behaving this way to his behaving this way in regards to my mother. He's being weak. He's letting her talk to him any kind of way. He's letting her boss him around any kind of way. I guess that's the way to go. Okay, Dad, if you say so, this is the way to do it. Okay, I'm going to do it too. I'm going to grow up and do it too. And this is just, you know what I mean, in the back of his head, he's thinking this is not him telling himself for real. He just does it. Just like any child does whatever their father wants. He want to be whatever his father wants to be or is doing at the time. The baby daughter, guess what? She's going to grow up and be the same monster her mother is. You know what I mean? She's going to grow up loud mouthing, talking crazy to men. Not just her man, to men, period. Might end up, one of these simple brothers might end up knocking all her damn teeth out her mouth one day because she talking crazy. Ain't right doing that, but some of these brothers don't got discipline like us in the UPK. Right. Some of these brothers don't have a lick of discipline. You say one thing, wah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Wah, wah. Come on, man. We trying to say, like, listen, the UPK is the home of the truth. We've been saying this since 1969. This is the only place for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. Right. The man, woman, and child all come up in here. You gave everything else a try. Right. You gave what we talking about tonight, Islam. You gave Islam a try. And we have a sea of drugs covering the streets of the ghetto, man. Go ahead. That too. Islam allows you to beat your wife. Brothers ain't know that. Islam allows you to beat your wife. You could beat her pissy. You could do all that. And you are following the laws of God if you in Islam. You're a righteous man if you beat your wife. Right. You're a righteous man, you break her damn jaw. That's Islam for you. You still, I mean, the demon didn't get off you yet. Damn. The demon better get off you on that one. The sisters especially. Oh man, don't let no Islam sister come in front of me in camp if I'm allowed to go ahead and battle with her. You know what I'm saying? Islam allows your man to beat on you because that's what Muhammad did. Right. That's what Muhammad did. Y'all God over there, the one y'all look up to as Christ and everything. The false sense of having a prophet like that. He can't shine Christ's shoes. Right. He can't. He doesn't amount to nothing compared to Christ. You understand? But y'all look up to him like that. He taught he could beat his wife. He taught he could sleep with his little baby daughter. It don't gotta be his daughter. It could be any 6-year-old boy or girl. He don't give a damn. Right. He don't care. Islam is not for us, man. You want to wear them stinky, musky behind garments they wearing all the time, man. Leave that alone, man. And like I was saying before, we see the works of Islam. We have a sea of drugs in the ghettos of America, man. From your, you know what I mean, Muslims out there, you black Muslims. It's from you black Muslims, man. Always screaming, you got it. You screaming, I got it. You know what I mean? Thinking it's cool. What did the scripture say about a witch? What did the scripture say about a witch? You don't gotta get it. You know what I mean? A witch is what you doing. A witch is what you doing. A witch is like a to put it simple, like, you know what I mean? Someone that makes potions, makes a potion to control somebody. And that's what you doing. You mixing that potion up in the pot, you know what I mean? Having your remedy stirring up, you know what I mean? Having it ready to give out to the people to control them. To control them, meaning, I ain't controlling them. I ain't making them come back to me. You are making them come back to you. Because you giving them the drug, you selling them the drugs, and they addicted to that. They addicted to the drug. They coming back to you for that same drug. It's crazy. They don't want to eat no more. They don't remember a lot of things. They don't remember a lot of things, but they remember to come back to you though. Right. They remember to come to you. You a damn witch, and the Bible says a witch gonna be put to death. It's a lie. You understand? That's what the scriptures say. I mean, hey, that might have touched somebody's nerve. What you say? What you say about me? Hey, that's the Lord's word. Right. That's the Lord's word. You know what I mean? Because it's evil as hell what you doing, man. You don't see what you doing to your people? Right. Do you not love your people? Do you not have goddamn, you sell crack to your mom, you sell crack. T-Top, that battle rapper, man, he sold crack to his own mother. Sold crack to his own mother. Got famous because of it too. Got famous because of it. You know what I mean? Selling drugs to your own neighbors, to your boys, to your best friend's grandma. Destroying families in your own community. And you like, man, I gotta eat. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I'm gonna eat. My daughter gonna eat. My son gonna eat. That's so selfish, right? Ain't that selfish? Like, that's a selfish way to be. I mean, damn. That's why it's so important what Christ said, what Christ taught, man. He said, love thy brother as thyself. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Paraphrase. That's what he said. You know what I mean? We ought to love each other as he loved us. You know what I mean? And you don't, if we just follow that one law, this is what I was going over Tuesday. If we follow that one law, the black community will be fixed overnight. Forget about it. If we love each other like we supposed to love each other, like if we love each other as I would love myself, the scriptures also say this: as ye would men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. That's what the scriptures say. You know what I mean? That's what Christ told us. That's what Christ said. Meaning, treat a brother how you would want to be treated. That's where that phrase come from. It come from what Christ was talking about. Right. If you truly felt like that about your people, you wouldn't give him drugs. Because would I sell my own mother crack? Some of us do. That's why we so damn destroyed. Would I want my woman to be, you know what I mean, lying down with another brother? Well, I want another brother to lie down with my woman. So I won't do that to him. You know what I mean? I love that brother right there. I don't know him. I don't know that brother. I don't know him. I don't even talk to him. I only see him walking past every day. I only walk past the brother every day. I don't know him. I know his rib though. She bad as hell. But you know what? I'm gonna stop lusting after her. I'm gonna stop wanting her. I'm gonna be like, man, you know what? I'm gonna just exclude myself. I'm gonna not talk to this woman. I'm gonna not give up to that lust. Give up to that demon that wants me to go and sleep with this brother woman. Talk to this brother woman. Flirt with this brother woman. You know how many times the Lord brought me out of situations where it was where you know what I mean, a brother it was a sister that come up to me, and you know what I mean, or it could have been a brother that possibly had a woman and all that, and I'm like, you know what, I ain't gonna ask him about her because that might be, you know what I'm saying, or a sister come up and you know what I mean, hit it off, and then I find out later, shit, you got a man, I find out through text, oh, you got a man. Oh shit, well, I can't talk to you no more. Peace. You know what I'm saying? I can't talk to you. Hey. And some brothers don't know what it feel like. Some brothers never experienced. They don't know what it is to turn down women, to turn down twat. You know, they don't know what it is to do that. Because they gotta hit every damn thing they get. They gotta hit everything. They gotta hit everything. And guess what, brother? That's why you got what you got. That's why you got what you got, man. That's why you catching all them things, man. Them STDs, man. Sexually transmitted diseases, man. STIs, man. That's why you catch it. That's why you know, it's a terrible thing, man. You gotta learn to turn some things down. Huh? You can't have every damn. You want everything. You want everybody that come to you. Turn some things down. It's gonna save you. It's gonna help you out. It's gonna help you out. You don't even know. Like you turn one thing down, brother. You turn one of these bras down that got a man or something just off with her, and you don't even know. You might have been dodging a bullet. You might have dodged the whole bullet. You know what I'm saying? Later on, you'll be like, I'm glad I did that. That's why you can't be quick to lie. That's a whole nother class. I'm about to go to another class. But yeah, that's what Islam teaches. That's what Islam teaches, you know what I mean? That's what Islam teaches, destruction of the black household. You know what I mean? From the father all the way down to the children. Go ahead. Was there any more on that? Go ahead.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Right. Oh, that's still on it. Yeah. Why that surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people because we follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Because we keep the Lord's commandments. You know what I'm saying? This book, the Bible right here, man. This book is the greatest book to ever be on the planet, to ever be risen up on the planet Earth. I'll tell you right now, this is the best book right here for you. Right. And it's been collecting all the dust bunnies in all our black households growing up. But we ain't know we had the Lord's word in our household the whole time. We just thought it was a book that our grandmama used to talk about. That our grandmama used to say, like, you know, we should read because it's good for us and all that. We ain't know our way of life was actually in here. We ain't know our history was in here. We ain't know the transatlantic slave trade was prophesied in this Bible. You understand? We ain't know we was in captivity under the Egyptians in the past, like it says in here. And it was going to repeat again. It was going to repeat again. And we live in the prophecy, that very same prophecy today in America today. We ain't know that. We ain't know the Edomites was going to be destroyed off the face of the earth forever, like it says in Obadiah. We didn't know that. We didn't know that our enemies were our oppressors today, white people. Right. We didn't know that. We thought we was supposed to be hand in hand with them because we was taught in the public school districts, in the public school systems, man, feeding us Martin Luther King, shoveling Martin Luther King to us and all that, right, as babies, indoctrinating us, man, to think that Martin Luther King, what he taught was cool, when it taught us all the wrong things. It taught us to be cool and be friends with, white people. And that's why, you know, and I look at brothers today that had white people as friends. I look at them today who grew up like that and all that, and they are some of the weirdest brothers you ever gonna meet. Like they just off, like they weird as hell. Like you can't talk to them or nothing. Like try talking to them, they gonna look at you like you a nigga and he's a nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, I'm finna go to Popeyes. I can, you know, get some Popeyes. Popeyes. Hey man, yeah. Oh man, look at her, man. Look at the sister over. Look at her, man. I prefer something. I prefer something lighter than that. You know what I mean? I don't like chicken, like fried chicken. That's a lot of grease, man. You know what I mean? This is what they do. You know what I mean? But like, wait, officer, I think you want to bring something out. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's so heavy pedestrian because just if say I was in the world reading that, you'd be like, this can't be like we always the joke in the movies. We always the bug-eyed comedian.
Right.
We never take it seriously. We not taking seriously in life. Chinese man over there talking crap by eating your nails and your feet.
Right.
While he's serving you rap kung fu out his damn behind stores. You know what I'm saying? They all feeding off of you. They all want your money, but they got all these little words for you. You know what I'm saying? So when it says that you are wise and understanding people, it should, I feel like it should inspire like that little black boy or that little black girl, like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So this should inspire me to actually get taught this Bible more. You know what I'm saying? Start following these laws, statutes, commandments that the Most High set forth for us, because I want to be better than what's around me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being the clown, like the rest of society is right now. I don't want to be a drug dealer. I don't want to be a stripper no more. I don't want to be swinging on the pole. I don't want to be on the block, a washed up drug dealer talking about 1980. I had a tiger and cocaine. I don't want to be that no more. I'm tired of seeing that. I want to be something different. I want to be something like Moses. I want to be something like Esther. You know what I'm saying? I want to be something that goes longer than the 80s. You know what I'm saying? You know, like Esther is known like thousands of years ago. You know what I'm saying? They want to be remembered for something greater than just the stripper that made $10,000 an hour or something like that. You know that scripture right there should inspire our people to be something more than what America tells you you are. You know what I'm saying?
That's 100% facts. Damn right. Like, shoot, I'll even bring it up. We don't even gotta go back far like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the stripper thing, yeah, too. Absolutely. What you said was so heavy. Shit, man, I don't want to be like these drug dealers that's around me. To have our young sons be like, man, I don't want to grow up like that nigga on the block right there on the corner, selling this and that, whatever. I mean, standing there all day, selling drugs all day, destroying the block all day. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like him. And everybody want to be like him nowadays. Like, I mean, right or wrong, our children want to be like them. And what you said, reminds me of what happened just recently. Like, you know what I mean? Real recent. You know what I mean? I'm coming across these. I'm in Trenton. I'm in Trenton, New Jersey. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at some of these brothers I watched grow up. I watched these brothers grow up, and now they grown now and they growing up. I'm talking like I'm one of them old timers. But like I used to watch some of these younger brothers, man. You know what I mean? A little bit younger than me. Like they was little brothers to me. And I'm seeing them grow up, and they into all different types of shit they shouldn't be in. It's lucky for my language. Like they in things they ain't supposed to be getting into. You know what I mean? I'm seeing it physically on them. I'm seeing it off the surface. They not right. And it saddened me a little bit. I'm like, God damn. Like, yo, man. I'm like, yo. I pray the Lord really do something to, you know what I mean, to deter these, really to get rid of everything that's good for the Black and Hispanic Native American man, woman, and child. Because what I'm seeing is a new generation of Black men and women, you know what I mean, getting led down the wrong path terribly, though. Not just, something terrible where I can see a disaster. I see a disaster coming. I see disaster for us, man. I see nothing but blood in the streets for us, man.
Right.
That's what I see. You know what I mean? And it's like, some of these, bro, I watched some of these little niggas grow up, man. I watched some of them little brothers grow up, man. And it's just, it's terrible. And guess who's the fault of that? Who's the direct blame for that? The direct, like, not the full blame go to them, but like who's right above that situation right there? You witches I was talking about earlier. You witches. You know what I mean? Brothers out there selling drugs and all that. Like, listen, you know what I mean? The little ones are watching you. They watching you. They see you getting money. They see you, so-called getting money. They see that you flashing a lot of things. You know what I mean? They see you got all the all the promiscuous women and all that with you. And they want to be like that. They think this is the cool thing because they don't have no one else there to set the right example for you, to set the right example for them. That's why it's so righteous what we did in McDougal projects in Durham, North Carolina. When we invaded the projects out there, and the young kids seen something different. They want to be, they were trying to be like us. They doing away with what they usually see. They don't want to be like that average brother that's on the street doing the average things brothers do on the street. They want to be like us. That's why I pray the Lord give me the chance to go ahead and do what's right for Trent. Nah, you know what I'm saying? So, but besides the point, you go ahead and read where you was at. Go ahead.
And instead of allies,
and so like not just Trent, but all the ghettos I could reach. Go ahead.
And instead of allies, he looked upon them as competitors. Muhammad needed the confirmation of the influential Jews to validate his mission, as all upstarts need the backing of someone influential.
Like, he was looking at us as competitors. He looked at us as competitors. Like, we was really doing our thing. We do our thing when we follow the Most High. We do our thing when we keeping His commandments, man. Right. We do we like, you know what I'm saying? We prosper when we do these things. Like it said, Deuteronomy 4:6. If you do these things, you keep therefore and do them. You know what I mean? This is going to be your wisdom, paraphrasing. This is going to be your understanding in the sight of the nations. Hence, this heathen Muhammad seeing us do our thing, keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and he sees it, and he sees us as competitors. Read.
Muhammad therefore turned against the Jews and became their tormentor.
He became our tormentors. You know what I mean? He saw that we wasn't trying to follow what he was doing. He saw that we threw away what he was doing. We wasn't trying to, just like it would be today. Today, like I said earlier, let them come knocking on this door. Hey, man, y'all get the hell up out of here, man. Y'all go before it be a problem. Go ahead. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen. We're not giving in to no other gods. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got to stab me or something before I, kill me before I do anything like that. We're not going for any of that. Go ahead.
Because the Jews refused, they were despised and hated.
We were despised and hated. Go ahead. Go ahead, you can read.
Muhammad tried to construct his religion as closely as he could after the Jewish religion.
Y'all hear that? He tried to construct his religion closely to what we had, closely to what our culture was, closely to what we were doing. Like it said earlier in that excerpt, it says he followed. He adopted the Day of Atonement, adopted the Sabbath, adapted all these other. He's gonna get into some more in detail. Go ahead.
He favored the Jews by accepting many of their laws and traditions.
We understand that. Go ahead.
When the Jews refused to be converted, he commanded his followers to stop turning to the holy city of Jerusalem in prayer.
Y'all heard that clear. Read that nice and loud for brothers out there, that last part.
When the Jews refused to be converted, he commanded his followers to stop turning to the holy city of Jerusalem in prayer.
Stop turning to the what?
Holy city of Jerusalem.
He forced his followers, Muhammad forced his followers to stop facing the east, to stop praying to the east, to stop facing Jerusalem. Oh, you don't gotta ask, all right? You go ahead and just do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. He forced his followers to not face the east in prayer. Because why? They were doing so. They were praying to Jerusalem. They were praying to Jerusalem, praying to the east. You know what I mean? That's what our custom was. That's what we do today. Nothing changed. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get to that, what I was about to say. But nothing changed.
Right.
Nothing changed. They prayed to the east because they seen us doing it.
Right.
Muhammad, well, first off, Muhammad seen us doing it. He started doing it force his followers to start doing it. What else did they do? What else they steal? Now we know why. No, wait, no, man. Yeah, go ahead. Read on. It's like my fault. It's like
But rather turn to the city of Mecca.
We see why they face Mecca today. You see why they face Mecca? Because Muhammad was so angry and furious that we wasn't trying to get down with him. He told his followers, don't face Jerusalem no more. We're going to face Mecca instead. We're going to face Mecca instead. That's going to be where we turn to. Excuse me. We're going to face Mecca, and we're going to pray that way. Muslims out there, if y'all watching, why the hell, you know what I mean? You win this, you following this dude. You following this cat. Muhammad is a flip-flopper.
Right.
He's a flip-flopper. He's doing one thing and now he's doing another thing. He don't know what the hell he want to do. It's because he made this all up in his head. He made it all up in his head like a damn, the typical Arabian, a damn fool. You know what I mean? He made it all up in his head. He's a damn flip-flopper. Are you going to follow somebody that's indecisive about what they doing? He's indecisive, obviously, right? That's another thing. He don't know what he's going to do. He want to face first face Jerusalem, then Mecca. Like, which one is it? Which one you going to do?
Right.
But he only faced Mecca because your people, though, you black Muslims out there, because your ancestors said, I'm not getting down with Islam. That's the very reason why he's facing Mecca today, because of your ancestors. And you getting down with that oppressor.
Right.
You getting down with that heathen, that same one that did countless atrocities, monstrosities to us, man. Go ahead. You wanted to say something too. Go ahead.
I was going to say, the Bible describes Ishmael as a madman.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make a decision. You follow the person that the Lord described him as a madman.
Right.
And he know all. So
Yeah.
what do you expect? Why do you think the religion is filled with drug dealers and shooters and whores? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You go over there to their nation, they strapping bombs to themselves, thinking they finna go blow up one soldier to get 72 virgins. You know what I'm saying? You want to follow that man.
I'll tell you another thing. Nigga, it's a lot here. Nigga, I'm gonna go blow myself up because then I'm gonna receive a gift in heaven. That's what they, you know what I'm saying? Basically almost what you said. You know what I mean? Like, it was any more you want to bring out on that? Yeah, man, like that's they are mad men. Anybody that straps bombs to themselves, you know what I mean, for the greater good of Islam, for the greater good of what Muhammad was teaching, that's a madman. Any man that says having sex with a 6-year-old child, 6-year-old baby, that's a madman. Says that that's all right, that's lawful, that's a madman. You know what I mean? That's why I tell y'all, watch these Muslims out here. Watch them. You think they respect it because of the evil they do in the streets, the evil that they do in the streets that we glorify and think is cool. You think they cool and trustworthy and all that? Watch them. Right. I know I would watch them. I wouldn't allow them to be around my kid. Why? So you can just display your bad habits around him.
Right.
What? So you could smoke weed around him? So you could stink like weed around him? I'd rather not. You know what I mean? So you could, you know what I mean? Just, he don't even have to be doing all. Say we, okay, subtract the stench of weed, subtract the weed smoking, subtract that. Just you, your presence, just you. Your spirit is off. I don't even want that around.
Right.
Your spirit is off, meaning your mental is crazy. Like, what you speaking about, I don't want you, what are you talking about? You gonna try to, you know what I mean, try to kick knowledge and all that. You know what I mean? To kick knowledge, all that false knowledge and all that to your children. I will watch them. You know what I mean? I will watch them. Next thing you know, your children are doing what he doing. He teaching them niggas how to bow down on the rug and all that and pray and all that. Next thing you know, a scandal comes up. Next thing you know, your son or your daughter comes to you and says, Mr. Such and Such touched me. Mr. Such and Such was touching me inappropriately. I would watch them. I wouldn't be too comfortable around them, man. You think he's respected and all that. We don't respect no Muslims, man.
Right.
We don't respect the Nation of Islam. We don't respect Christianity. We don't respect you selling drugs to your own people so you can eat. We don't respect none of that, man. We look at that as weak. You weak, you doing that. I like not to just build and destroy up in here. You know what I'm saying? Build to destroy to build up in here. It's locking. You know what I'm saying? We don't respect no drug dealers, man. We don't respect no brothers in Islam thinking they, doing something for the community. You doing something, all right. Your works, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, and it's off. It's all the way off. We see it. We've been talking about it the whole damn class. You know what I mean? We don't respect that because you're going to have our children wanting to be like you, our daughters being blind and dumb to the sons that you raise. And brothers in the world respect them. I wonder why. Let me ask you a question, Aflin. Why do you think brothers in the world respect Muslims out there, especially the ones that go out and sell drugs? I ain't talking about them suit and tie. Even them too. You could put them in the equation as well. The suit and tie Nation of Islam niggas and the ones that sell poison to their people. Boom. Go ahead.
I will revert right back to like we'll revert right back to the scripture, woe to the pastors for they scatter like a flock, because Christianity was the first end all be all for blacks and Hispanics.
Mm-hmm.
And now, since they've seen black and Hispanic have been traumatized so much by Christianity from the 60s, 20s, 30s, centuries.
Nice and loud so people in here can hear you too. I don't know if they can hear you. You don't gotta stand, but just
from like since slavery, Christianity has been destroying blacks and Hispanics.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, when you are being harmed by something, you want to get away from it, and you try to go somewhere where you think is safe.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have blacks and Hispanics that look to the closest thing, which is Islam, and it looks like it's being pushed as strong. You know what I'm saying? It looks cool because Christianity told you to give your money to the church, and they spent it. You were poor.
Mm-hmm.
The church was, or the pastor was living lavishly, and you see that, and you knew it was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But then Islam showed you, okay, I can sell drugs and retain my money.
You know what?
I don't care about the next person.
What you saying is heavy, and like this really go way far back too. You know what I mean? Adam and Eve in the garden.
Right.
We ashamed of our culture. We ashamed of what the Most High taught us.
Right.
We ashamed of it, so we hide behind these different bushes. We hide behind these trees. You know what I mean? The tree we ain't supposed to be eating out of. You know what I mean? We hide from, we covering ourselves up. Our shame. We ashamed of the Most High's culture that He gave to us, man. For you know what I'm saying? Like, so we hide in Islam. We hide in Christianity. And Islam is Christianity.
Right.
Islam is Christianity. You a so-called tough Christian with a kufi on. That's what you are. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I mean? So oblivious to what you're doing to the community. You know what I mean? Like, we beating the dead horse with this, but basically, don't trust your children around these cats, man. Don't trust your children around them. Separate them from them.
Right.
That's what I would do. Go ahead, read on.
He changed the Jewish Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, Salaki. He changed the Jewish, the Day of Atonement, or fast day, which he had accepted for the month of Ramadan.
The Day of Atonement, the Day of Atonement, and The Ramadan. Okay, so the Day of Atonement is the fast day, like it said in the book. It's a day where we fast and we, forced to suffer, control our own spirit for that day. Plus it could be good for all the other things, like, for anything that we might have done against, we might have did that wasn't right or whatever, fast for that day. It's always good to pray too while you're doing it too. You know what I'm saying? Like Christ was saying, you want to cast demons out, fast and pray. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we have that. We keep that every year. Muhammad took that day that we did, which he followed his damn self, and right or wrong, he followed that shit. He followed his damn self, had his people follow. But since we wasn't getting down with what he was talking about, he took our day and remixed it, put, had his people, called it a Ramadan, and had his people fast for a month. Right. Now, y'all might think, well, that seems harder than a day of fasting. That seemed hard. That seemed more rough than that. If you think fasting for half a day is tough, and all power to you. He only fasts for a certain amount of hours during the day, during the whole day, and then he can go ahead and eat after that, and then come the next day, you can't do it. You got to fast for that a certain amount of hours again, and that's for a whole month. You know what I mean? And they abstaining from food, Salaki. They keeping away from food. They, for them hours and all that. I would like to see you abstain from sucking weed. That's what I would like to see. Right. I would like to see you do that for a whole day. Let me see you do that for a day, 24 hours. Let me see you do that, and I might be impressed. Let me see you do that. Let me see you not smoke a cigarette for a whole day. Let me see you do that. I might be impressed with you. You know what I'm saying? Right. Shit. Salaki. You know what I mean? This is what y'all do. Go ahead.
Okay. Which, Salaki, Muhammad changed the Jewish Sabbath from Saturday to Friday.
Man. Go ahead. He changed the Sabbath day from Saturday to Friday. We remixed it just like he did the Day of Atonement to Ramadan. Go ahead.
We have another parallel with Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
In the 4th century, the church changed the Sabbath to Sunday and reorganized its calendar to make Easter separate of Passover.
Right, and Christian nonsense. They changing days up too. Go ahead.
Like Christianity, also, Muhammad included in his Bible, the Quran, accusations.
In his what?
In his Bible.
In his what?
In his Bible.
His Bible. We don't got no Qurans up here. I guess we done did too much damage to them, huh? In the shelf though, right? It's in the shelf. So you can bring that. You can toss that. Yeah, let me. Yeah, man. Look, yeah. All right. So it said his Bible. In his Bible. If you can't find it, there's no sweat. There's no sweat. So yeah, in his Bible, the Quran, emphasis on his Bible. Emphasis on his Bible. Okay, it's a nice, some quality toilet paper right there. You know what I mean? Some quality firewood. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? His Bible, the Holy Quran. You know what I mean? What we do to these Qurans, got it right here. What we do to these Qurans, man, you know what I mean, is excellent, you know what I mean, fire starters. You know what I'm saying? We start fires to these. We got cookouts or whatever. We rip some pages out of this joint, you know what I'm saying, and put it in the grill, whatever. You know what I mean? It makes the flavors in the meat, in the patties and all that. And, you know what I mean? It makes the flavor better. And, you know, that's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? That's what I heard. This is what we do. You know what I mean? This is nothing. Like, we don't worry about following these other religions, man. These Qurans and all that. It said right there. It said right there. What did it say? In his. Whenever you got it.
In his Bible.
In his Bible. Meaning he known about the Bible. He knows about our records. He knows about these things. He knows about our culture. We was reading about it the whole class. We read about how he studied us. He studied us. He looked at us. He observed us, man. How we were so righteous. How we were such a special people, like it says in the Bible. He studied us, man. He observed us really good. Even so much so, he took our high holy days and followed them himself. He took our high holy days, and when we wasn't trying to conform to his BS, he turned around and remixed it and made it his own holidays. He turned around and started writing his own Bible. His own Bible, which is a damn comic book. It's a damn comic book. Why we say it's a comic book? Because he making shit out the air. He getting all these things out the air. And okay, this happened here. I was in this land last month. I'm gonna write something about this land. He's making things up in his head. I mean, hell, he married that little 6-year-old in there. He making things up in the air. He's making things up. Worshiping a rock. That sounds like somebody that smokes all the time. Like that comes from them, right or wrong. That comes from them. Like they smoking hookah and all that comes from them. These Arabs and all that. Like, you know what I mean? Trip on that. Read on.
God. The Quran, accusations concerning the Jews.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, the Quran glorifies many biblical personalities.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So it was with Muhammad. He had to come to a point of no return. He became a religious extremist.
Ain't no sweat. No sweat. Oh, man. Muhammad is a damn psychopath. He's a damn maniac. He was a maniac. That's his same spirit is in you black Muslims. His spirit is what y'all walk around with every day. The brother we was talking about earlier, where we came across when we was in Trenton, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? His spirit, he had the same maniac, psycho, stupid, want to get his teeth knocked out spirit as Muhammad had. Read. Go ahead.
He became a religious extremist in order to give his people a better life on a rapid scale.
Yeah. He became an extremist. And for what? Why he do that?
In order to give his people a better life.
In order to give his people a better life. Okay, so yeah, he was willing to be, he's a psychopath and all that. He's a stupid idiot and all that. He made up a whole comic book and all that in the Quran to better his people. Even maniacs, even little heathens like him care about his people and try to make a better situation for his people. Also, on the other hand, we don't want to do that. Also, on the other hand, like we will choose to sell each other out for our oppressors for a crumb, for doggy treats. You know what I'm saying? Where the oppressor, where the white man just say, "Oh man, y'all had this. Oh, what y'all want? What y'all want reparations? Y'all ain't gonna get reparations, but I'll give you this. I'll give you Christmas, where y'all could forget about y'all oppression. You could forget about your poverty for a day or two. I give you New Year's Eve. I give you 4th of July. Y'all could take off on y'all jobs, on y'all slaves, on y'all jobs, and y'all could cook out for a day. How about that? I know y'all like to cook out. Y'all like to grill, right? Y'all can go ahead on 4th of July, cook out, and then take the day off on my time, on me. It's on me. It's on me. You know what I'm saying? Having you serving other gods. You know what I mean? Read.
God. Muhammad came to the conclusion that all means of persuasion had been exhausted. The period of patience was past, and he was now determined to propagate his religion by the sword.
He was sick of us niggas, man. He was sick of us. It's like, man, I'm tired of these niggas, man. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of them, bro. Because, like, you know, they don't want to listen to me. They don't want to follow me. I've been trying to continuously come to them and try to get to them and try to see if they could follow what I'm doing. I'm coming to them nicely. They're not trying to hear what I'm saying. They're not trying to hear what I'm saying. That's why any heathen come to you, man. Watch him. Watch him. It's like he wants something from you. Pay attention to the way he's talking about, like, you know, especially a white man. Especially him. You know what I'm saying? Like, want something from him. Like, no. Just you ever been across a situation where you were around a heathen and he wants you to do something and you say no to it? They look at you like they look at you like, why are you not listening to me? Why you not look at me like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like they want to do something, almost, right? Like they were like, excuse me? I said, dude, man, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I was about to say it's heavy because you just seen it on video with Sonya Bassett.
Mm-hmm.
He was the Edomite was so damn pissed off she wasn't listening to her. He had to put a bullet between her eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Check this out. They say that I don't even know. She was conforming. I thought in the video when I watched it.
He was telling her to not touch the water or sit down, whatever he was talking to her. Turn the water off.
That's what he said, though, right? I know what I saw in the video. That sister she walked over there. Ben was messing with the pot. Ben was messing with the water. She was doing that before he even said anything, if my memory serves me correct. And then he started saying something about the water. And didn't even, huh?
It was an issue all of a sudden.
All of a sudden. But for real, when he said that, though, it wasn't even a big deal when he said it. It was only until she said, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Ben was messing with the pots and the water and all that. He lied when he made his statement afterwards and said, well, Ben was messing with the water. You know what I mean? Listen, you do something that these oppressors don't want you to do. They almost want to exact a judgment on you or something. Like, you know what I mean? This is how this oppressor, this heathen Muhammad did to us in the past. Y'all want to listen? You niggas don't want to listen? Okay, I got something for you. Go ahead, read. Oh, so yeah, it said like to no avail. Like his plans wasn't working. You know what I mean? It was failing to try to get us to conform to his knowledge, so-called knowledge. Go ahead.
It says, for he said, I last of the prophets am sent with a sword. The sword is the key to heaven and hell. With a sword. Read that last part again. Sword. The sword is the key to heaven and hell. All who brought it in the name of the faith will be rewarded. Muhammad became a martial prophet, and the pagans and stubborn Jews became his victims. Mm-hmm. The ones that were stubborn, the ones that said no, the one that said hell no, the ones that said we not doing what you doing, man. Right. What are you bringing to us? What you saying? You telling us to worship what? You telling us to follow what? You want our kids to do what? Man, get out of here, man. We ain't doing that. Man, get the hell out of here, man. I'm eating this chicken over here, man. Get the hell out of go ahead, man. We said no. And read. 700 Jews were gathered in the marketplace and offered the alternative, the Quran or the sword. We were what? Gathered in the marketplace and offered the alternative. We were gathered in the marketplace. They gathered us up. Right. Go ahead. and offered the alternative, the Quran or the sword.
They offered us the Bible, the Quran or the sword. The Quran or the sword. Meaning, they wanted to unalive us brutally. They unalived us brutally because we didn't want to bow down to a rock. We didn't want to worship a rock. You understand? They wanted to unalive us. They said the Quran or the sword, you choose. Read.
But the devout Jews were accustomed to martyrdom.
And the devout Jews were accustomed to martyrdom, meaning we weren't dying for what we stood for, dying for what we believed in, wasn't brand new to us. It wasn't new. We always been like that. And guess what? Oh, read on before I do that. So
they did not hesitate in their choice. Muhammad carried out his behestal threat, executed the Jews, and the women were sold.
Executed us by the way of the sword. You know what I mean? They did that to us. Guess what? Them same niggas that rejected him, them same niggas that was so stubborn with him, the same brothers that said hell no to him, they here in the UPK today.
Right.
They here in the UPK. You know what I mean? The same ones we resurrected back up in the earth today in the UPK because we wasn't bowing down to where he wanted us to bow down to. We wasn't serving him. We wasn't bowing down to him and his people, stinking onions smelling musky people. We wasn't bowing down to them, man.
Right.
We ain't bowing down to no man. We serve the one true and living God. We got one king. You know what I mean? Like, we got a king that we serve, and he told us to follow the Most High. This is what we doing. Now, all the other stuff, you know what I mean? We wasn't with it. We became martyrs for what we believed in. We was willing to get unalived for what we believed in, for serving our God. And that's the same way we feel today.
Right.
The same thing we'll do today. Christ, our King, said, our King said, to endure. You know what I mean? Keep the faith. Keep your faith, man, even until death. Even till death. I'm paraphrasing. Because it said these nations are oppressors. The white man, he's going to try us. He's going to try us. He's going to try to break us spiritually, man, to sin. Said, keep your faith. Be faithful unto death. Be faithful unto death. Paraphrase. Meaning we'll be, we ain't about to just, you think we going to be like these NBA players and NFL players and rappers, entertainers out here putting on a dress because we getting some money? Getting money to put on a dress? You think we're going to, put on a wig and some tights and all that because we getting a couple $100,000, a couple $1 million to put on a dress? We not Dwayne Wade. We not like him. We ain't like that weak brother right there. No. We not like Dwight Howard. We not like Will Smith. We not like any of these entertainers out here, man, that give up I want to say what I want to say. But we not like these entertainers out here, man, that give up their manhood for, a crumb of what the white man has. You know what I'm saying? He's giving you little, like a puny fraction of the amount that he has, for real. They just gave $95 million to the aid of the Ukrainians, the Palestinians, and it's another one, the Taiwanese. What did they give to you? What did Joe Biden give to us? What did they give to us? And that's what he gave to them. And he gives the Israelis, he gives the so-called Jew over there, the small hats, the imposters over there, he gives them millions of dollars a year. Millions of dollars a year. He helps them out annually. You know what I mean? Funds them nicely over there, but he doesn't do anything for us. America doesn't do anything for us. You know what I mean? And we choose to follow this place. We was martyrs for what we stood for back then. We was martyrs for following the Most High back then. We ought to be the same today. I mean, what you going? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'd rather stand on my feet and live than bow down, be on my knees and live in America. You understand? I'd rather be like that. You know what I mean? Because that's what these other, like I just said, these brothers in the entertainment industry, they wear dresses. They come walking in the games, and they on camera walking in there with skirts on, half skirts on. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers wearing makeup. Some brother, what's his name from the Chicago team, looking like a Powerpuff Girl or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's insane. Go ahead, Reed. Damn, we over time. That was it on that? Even on the underlying stuff, that was it? All right, no sweat. So what we talking about today is like, leave Islam alone. We done bashed Islam into the ground. You know what I'm saying? After this class, brothers should have that demon off of them by now. You know what I mean? This is not what we should be following by any means. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all the way wrong for us. All right. And with that, that's my time in here. All right. So shalom. Y'all bashim al shabakatah. Y'all shamar al thun bashim al shai. This is Priest and Officer 500 Mathumia out of the Isupk, so out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana, teaching this truth since 1969 that blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the real Israelites of the Bible. All right, and we out till next time. Shalom.